Hello everyone, Steven here at Cycle Country. Today we're doing a video on the whole GSX-8 line. So originally they came out with these models just a couple years ago in 2023. They started with the R model over here and the S model over there. And then fast forward a couple years later for 2025, they came out with the TT and the T model. So they do look different if you're looking at them, of course, but there are a lot of similarities between them. So I mean the engine, transmission, frame, chassis, wheels, brakes, suspension, all of that stuff is the same. So what I want to start with is going over some of the key features that are going to be the same with them. So they all share the same engine, 776cc parallel twin engine, makes about 83 horsepower and 57 pounds of torque. Beyond that, they all have the Suzuki intelligent ride system. So what that's going to be is 3 different levels of power that you can adjust, and then you have 4 levels of traction control. You essentially have 1, 2, 3, and off. So you do have the option to shut it off. Beyond that, it does have the Suzuki quick shifter on all of them. So that can come in pretty handy, pretty self-explanatory. You don't have to pull in the clutch. So when you're really getting on it, you can just bang through gears. And then beyond that, they all have the 6-speed transmission. Definitely nice for highway riding, having that 6th gear can allow you to sit at an RPM where you're smooth, and of course going to be getting good fuel economy for those trips. Beyond that, there are some beginner features that this has, like the low RPM assist, and essentially what that's going to do is the system is going to recognize when you have the clutch in, and when you're in first gear, the speed control mechanism is going to slightly higher the RPMs just for a smooth takeoff every time. That's going to reduce any stalling, the risk of stalling, or even in traffic. For you experienced guys riding it, it's going to make that stop and go a lot easier and smoother. Beyond that, there's another feature that will help out with the beginners is the clutch assist on it. So it's kind of like a slipper clutch, so it allows the clutch to slip a little bit for downshifting, making that a little bit smoother. But all of them have a pretty nice display on them as well. So it's got the 5-inch TFT LCD display. And I'll actually have you come over here and we'll take a closer look so you can see the display options on there. All right, so we'll go ahead and take a look at this screen here. As you notice, when you turn it on, one thing, every time you turn it on, it will let you know. See, in this case, it says it needs to be serviced, or it will let you know a countdown of your miles. So that's real handy. Every time you turn it on, it'll remind you where you need to be. We've serviced this one. I just need to reset the reminder on it. So that's a cool feature there, but as you can see here, you got your digital tach right there. You got your speedo. There's a gear indicator, fuel gauge right there. And then right there, you're gonna have several options. So of course you have your odometer, your battery voltage, you have a trip meter. This is trip 1 odometer, trip 1 fuel economy. You have trip 2 odometer, and then trip 2 fuel economy. So both trip 1 and 2 have an odometer and fuel economy option. Hit it one more time, that's gonna have your average fuel miles per gallon right there, and then your range based off the amount of fuel you have in your tank. And then we go back to our odometer there. Now, as far as the modes go, as you can see, that's displayed right here. So TC stands for traction control. So if we toggle that, you have the off position, but then you can go 1, 2, 3, depending on the type of riding you're doing. So four levels, 3, and then off. And then we go over to your power modes here. Pretty simple. You have a mode A, B, and C. Once you've engaged that, it's saved, so you can shut it off, turn it back on, and it's always going to be on that, so you don't have to worry about that every time you turn it on. But yeah, that's the display. Pretty nice visible option right there. So we've talked about what a lot of the similarities are between them, but now I want to dive into what the actual differences are between them. As you can see, obviously there's a lot of cosmetic differences. They all look different. But these three over here would probably be the most similar. In fact, if you were riding these, if you didn't look down, you probably wouldn't even know which bike you're riding. They all are going to be more of the naked styling, so it's not going to have the full fairing like this. One other noticeable thing is the handlebar. So it has actual handlebars on it versus the clip-ons. That's going to put you in a little bit more of an upright position on them. So with this guy here, the TT, this is probably one of my favorite ones. It's going to have more of the retro styling. It's going to have this little mini fairing here. It's got the lower fairing down there, and then just kind of some of the throwback colors on it with the bar end mirrors here. And then this is your other naked one. Going to be pretty similar to the TT in styling, just doesn't have the fairing and the lower fairing there as well. And it actually sits slightly taller than the other ones. I think it's like 0.1 inches taller than the others. It's just the seat on it. And then over here you have the S model. So this is going to be also the naked, more of an aggressive street fighter look on it. So if that's the look you're into. But the big difference here between these that you're actually going to notice is the tank size. So the T and the TT have a little over a half gallon, like 0.6 something gallons more, which is about 20% more range. So both of these have the bigger tank, where the S and the R, the original ones, they're going to be a little bit smaller. So yeah, those are going to be the naked ones right there. Really, like I said, the ride is going to be the same. It's just a matter of the fuel range and then whatever particular style you like. And then over here, the R. So of course, this is just your traditional sport bike look, full fairing, really cool stacked LED headlights on it, but it's going to have more of the clip-on style bar. But it is more of a rise clip-on, doesn't have your normal like super sport clip-on that's below the top triple clamp here. So it is definitely going to be pretty comfortable. It's pretty mild as far as sport bikes go, so it's still practical for long distance riding where you're not going to have all that pressure on your shoulders and wrist. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the differences. Not a ton, it's just more of pick your flavor. Which one do you like the most? But in conclusion, I would say that here we've really loved the GSX-8 model so far, especially the R. I really advise new riders that are looking at super sports, Gixxers, 600s, 750s, 1000s, and stuff like that to really check this bike out. There's a lot of benefits. I mean, just the price point is awesome on it. Insurance is another thing to look at. The insurance is going to be substantially better, less expensive than going with the super sport. Yeah, it's just a more comfortable, practical option. You know, you don't have to have something like this. This is probably one of my favorite sport bikes right now. And if you don't like the full-on sport bike look and you like something a little naked, a little bit more upright, these are awesome. So got a little bit of everything. Hope that gives you a good understanding of the GSX-8 model lineup, and come on down and check them out.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. No matter how far, how broken you are, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. I don't know you, but I know you got tension in your neck, stressed out, too addicted to your phone to go to bed. If that's you, then take a breath.